Please.
Tim, I suppose everyone wants to know how Billy is.
Well, it's an injury to his old injury, PCL. So he's got no PCL, so he can't hurt it. But it's just what damage may have been done, to cartilage and other things. So we're just hoping it's a bad knock, but we're sending him for an MRI. We'll know tonight.
What were your thoughts when he went down?
Well, obviously try and sort out the team while he was out, but and then disappointment for him. But we've got our hopes up, and still not giving up the thought that he'll possibly be available. Probably not this week if he after that sort of a knock, but possibly for the week after if we get that far.
Got a pretty handy replacement, haven't you, Tim? Fullback.
Yeah, he doesn't mind playing there either, does he? He comes to life fullback, but in fact, as centre, he crossed around the field a couple of times today and got involved on the other side, which was good to see too. So, but well, we've got a few fullbacks actually who can play the game. Yeah. But anyway, it's still a big loss for us.
But you seem to think that Billy could still play a part in the tournament. Is that what?
Well, I'm not going to panic just yet until we get until, as I say, the ligament's not there. That was his injury from last year. So the issue is the knock and how much damage it's done. If it's any cartilage damage or it's just bone bruising, which we're having.
Are you happy with the performance overall, Tim?
I think we showed plenty of determination in defence. I think we're the best defensive record in the competition at the moment, and we, as I said, we had our pants pulled down early by England, and we've determined that won't happen again. So we've really worked hard on that aspect of the game, and it comes behind a good kick chase game. And chase like Darius Boyd there today, and right at the back end of the game when other sides have been clocking off in the second half. I was happy with the way we continued to put the pressure on the USA.
Cam playing in the day compared to the night made a difference to the attack a little bit?
Yeah, it did. It's probably the first time we've played in any sort of decent weather or a ground which held up well. The first week was under the roof, but both teams struggled in the match with footing, and then against Fiji and Islands it was wet and pretty sloppy. But today it was a quick track, and I think that helped our guys out wide. I think, what did Jared cross for 4, did he? Mm-hmm. And I think Brett Morris crossed for 4 as well. So, it was great to get those boys some quality football. We haven't been able to do that in the last couple of weeks. It's just been a forwards game. But I thought the whole team played well today. Again, the guys in the middle they played tough. They, when we asked them to hit the ball up, they did. When we need them to kick chase down the middle, they did, and they defended strongly. So. It's just it was a great game by the whole team today.
Tim, have you settled at Jared in the centres?
Well, I went into today giving Jared his chance after the other centres had, and certainly he played well, didn't he? So, and if we do lose Billy, obviously GI will move back to fullback at this point. So one of the 3 centres who are now getting flogged out there on the field will be quite happy to jump into that spot. So, but it's another challenge because we've got 3 quality players here.
When Billy did go off, he had to put. There seemed to be a bit of confusion about who was playing where. And
Yeah. Well, we didn't carry back.
Yeah.
And that probably exposed us a bit there for the minute, as in an outside back.
Yeah.
So Cherry was there for the moment, but. Newton saw Cherry and Jonathan standing side by side, so we knew where they were coming. So, at the end of the day, we swapped a few people around and moved him in tight, which is where I wanted to experiment with him anyway at 9. What a great job he did at 9 too, just quietly. And and then we ended up with Greg Bird in the centres, which isn't going to happen next week, that's for sure. So. We're just going to have to make sure that it just probably was a good chance, as he exposed us, it was a good chance for us to remember that we can't afford not to have someone who can, like a Luke Lewis, who can go out and play centre.
Yeah. Does that bring Boyd back into the mix, I guess? For that?
Yeah, well, Boyd, I was very happy with Boydie Cordner's game, and I was only giving Papali a run today because I'm just trying to keep a bit of football in those 2 young guys before we make a decision on them. So, And Papali again gave us a quality game. Big strong thing he is in the middle. Again, they keep throwing up those challenges to me as far as selection's concerned, but it's better than guys playing poorly.
What do you make of Cam? What do you make of the opposition?
They were certainly willing, and they were, they were brave. They stayed in the game. They tried right to the end. But I guess they lacked a bit of finish on their play. That's all. We defended strongly. I didn't think they played badly. I thought we defended really strongly. And they were down on our line several occasions, and we held them out. They nearly crossed over twice, but we managed to hold them out. But I think the USA can be very proud of their campaign. They've certainly turned a lot of heads, I think, this year. And but that's what this tournament's about. It's about those growing nations coming out and showing people what they've got, and for the USA to make a quarter final in the Rugby League World Cup, I think they can be very proud of their efforts.
Tim, have you seen much of Fiji and Samoa during the tournament?
Well, obviously we've played Fiji, and both big strong sides. So we'll have a very physical game next week in front of us, but and particularly when it's sudden death, one game out of a final, so there'll be plenty of intensity.
What's your view on that, Cameron? Fiji Samoa?
Well, same as Tim. I think it doesn't really matter who we play. It's going to be very physical, and they've got a lot of skill in their attacking play as well. So, when we played Fiji a couple of weeks ago, it wasn't an easy night. I know we ended up with a few points on the board, but it wasn't easy. We had to play tough, and we had to play tough for the whole match to get that victory. But I don't think our game plan will change all that much with whoever we play, whether it's Samoa or Fiji. I think what we've been doing over the last couple of weeks is worked for us. We've played strong through the middle. We've played simple, built our game around kicking long and getting our defence right. So whoever we play, it's going to need a top effort defensively.
Thanks, everyone.
Can I go see?
Yep.